Hello, welcome everybody. Thanks to the last speaker. My name is Léon van Geest. I'm from Rotterdam in the Netherlands, and I'm going to tell you about what we are doing with rooftops with our organization. I'm beginning with the things somebody of you may have seen already. Last year I was here, but we did something very special, and I'll conclude with that. Like I told last year, I'm from Rotterdam. Rotterdam was bombed in the beginning of World War II. The only good thing that came out of that was that we got rebuilt in a modernistic way. We got a lot of flat rooftops. In our city center, we got 1 square kilometer of flat rooftops. That is as much as this lake in the east side of our city. And in total, we have 18.5 square kilometers of flat rooftops that we do not use. Well, we do use them, but we use them for machines. But we as an organization, we say rooftops are not for machines. Rooftops are for people. We see them as public space, or at least potential public space. And they can help us with some global challenges you all know about. We have climate change with a lot of rain. We have heat stress in cities. We need more green for biodiversity, for catching CO2. And we have an energy transition to fulfill, as you know. And in all those cities, we have new social structure. In Rotterdam alone, we have 179 different cultural backgrounds living together, and we're all living in those densifying cities, where there's a lot of unused space. In Rotterdam, we use our rooftops. We have 186,000 square meters of solar panels. We have even 360,000 square meters of green lying on our rooftops, but that's only 3% of the total potential that we have in our city. We want it to be more. This is the inner city center of Rotterdam. This is our main department store, and it has a really big rooftop, and it's just space lying there, and we want to change that, and we want to sustainably change that, but that's very difficult, as you all know, because the building owner hasn't all the money to change it. The municipality has a lot of regulations. You need a lot of permits, and so what do? We go to the temporality. Within the temporality, we can convince a building owner to work with us and do special things on their rooftop. And also a municipality is more willingly to do something for a weekend or for a week than it will be if you want to do it for many years. And for example, on this department store, we already 5 years ago, we had an art exhibition there. And in one weekend, 10,000 people came up to the rooftop of the department store, through the department store. So they saw the value of their rooftop suddenly. The year after, we made a big lavender field with 3,000 lavender pots. And again, 8,000 people came up through the department store. So we have a lot of space in our cities, and we want to explore that. We always do that the first weekend of June. Yes, that was past weekend, and it was really nice again. We had 50 plus rooftops joining us. We had over 20,000 visitors visiting those rooftops, and we opened up rooftops for everybody to see. We walked over rooftop with tours. We had rooftop performances. We had a knowledge day talking about the potential of rooftops. And we let people walk through the city, see the city in a way they've never seen it before, and turn places like parking lots on rooftops to really nice public spaces. We played games there, we jumped there, we were in a ball pit, we talked to each other, we did yoga, we did salsa dancing, we did free running, we did football, but we also had very serious people with serious glasses telling you why it is so important to use your rooftop and make it green, for example. Or we had students who did experiments with water retention. We had lectures on high level. We had a green supermarket where people could buy their green for their own rooftop. We have a rooftop farm, and they did sell the stuff from their own rooftop farm. And I really love those images where we bring people to places they would normally never be. And we go to people's homes and see what they do at home with their rooftop, where they make music, they keep bees, or they have a bathtub even on their rooftop. We have musical performances on rooftop with rock bands, or very hard rock bands, or even louder rock bands, or very intimate concerts on rooftops, classical music, big band music, or music on another rooftop that you listen to via a headphone, which you can also use for theater performance or for poetry or spoken word. We have film evenings, and even when it rains, as it did yesterday, people just stay there and watch a movie. We have special program for elderly people that we, for example, play bingo with. We have a special, this was from 2 years ago. We have a rooftop iftar where we invite Muslims and non-Muslims to have together the iftar to celebrate the end of the day of the Ramadan. But we also just have drinks together and dance together on rooftops with a lot of people, and then it almost becomes a real festival. And then you need a festival camping, as we actually had also with 100 places with children and all. The whole sleeping on rooftops can also be extended to, for example, tiny houses. We have once towed a tiny house on a rooftop, which was there on a month on just a roof that was normally abandoned. Because this is one of our rooftop dreams with living on rooftops, and we try to make examples in the temporality to show you what a great place rooftop is to sleep and wake up in the morning. We also did, it was 2 years ago, also make great paintings on rooftop, because not all the rooftops are strong enough to keep people up their rooftop, but then you can still do great things with rooftops, as these sleeping giants from the artist duo Ella and Peter show us. And even though people cannot see it, there's the story of sleeping giants living on the rooftops, and you get a lot of attention because newspapers write about it, and then we can tell the story of the potential of rooftops and the sustainability and the public space. One other dream we have is started here with this giant stairs, which was a project by architecture firm M4DV in 2016. They put up a big stairs in front of the main building next to the central station, and it just were stairs. There are many lifts in this building that can take you to the rooftop, but almost nobody does it. But then when these stairs were there, there was a long waiting line all day for a month, and almost 400,000 people came up just to climb the stairs and to see the city from a different rooftop. And Winnie Maas, who thought it up, he said already, the next step will be to connect rooftops. We need a layered city and a connected city. And this is an image by Anders Berensson, a Swedish architect, which we really found inspiring to see, okay, this would be really nice to have this extra layer in the city, but how can we do this in temporality? How can we make this a reality? So we first started with the idea of just having a little rope between two rooftops and let someone walk over it, a young Rotterdam guy. And everybody say, wow, that's really spectacular. But we said, no, this is the first step to actually connecting rooftops and bring our audience to from one rooftop to another rooftop. And in the year after that, in 2019, we actually brought our audience from one rooftop to another rooftop via a zip line. But then already we said, okay, this is really nice, but what we really would like on this place is a bridge. So this was the image we drew in 2019, and we said, okay, we actually want to realize this within temporality, with the building owners, with the municipality, and we started that quest for doing something really special. The area we aimed for was this city center. Here you can see the department store lying there. So we wanted a bridge here, and we wanted to make a connection, a spectacular collection in the city center that connected that new space that is just lying there and which is lying in the whole of the city And we want to show the potential for sustainability. And sustainability is not only about green, it's about people, it's about water, it's about energy. And you can show that on all those different rooftops. And then we wanted to connect that to the existing city, because you don't want a new layer for the happy few, the wealthy who can pay for it, but you want a really public space for everybody. So we drew on this location this bridge again, and this was the design for the bridge we made in the end of 2021, and then we actually started to make it, and you won't believe it, but we wanted to have a kind of exhibition of all those things you can do with rooftops. In Rotterdam, we give the rooftops colors. You have green rooftops, yellow rooftops for energy, blue rooftops to do water retention, red for all the social functions, purple for living environments, and orange for mobility. So then you know why we wanted to make it orange, because it stands for connecting and making a mobility solution. And here it is. This is not a picture anymore. This is actually what we have made on those rooftops. This is a photo from the air. Here you can see it even better. We call it the Rotterdam Rooftop Walk, and we opened it on Ascension Day, which we thought it was a good day to go up. And now it is there until June 24. So 4 days it will be here, and it consists of, you can see it how it's lying here in the really city center of our city. And it really looks beautiful and orange. It has a big bridge which crosses our main street. And it looks like this. It has two gigantic towers which it leans on, because both of the building that it connects are national monuments. So we could not attach anything to it. So the bridge actually only is on those two towers. And it is a whole parkour where people can walk and people can see, of course, the new perspective of the city, but we also added a lot of green, we added wind turbines, and we had this whole exhibition of what all those different colors, those different potentials of rooftops can be. This is a really great picture of us building the pillars. And here you can see how we made the connection between the pillars with a big bridge. And this was the moment in the middle of the night, I think it was May 20th, with the building team, that we first made that connection from one end to the other. And here you can see it actually being used by the audience as it is as I speak today. Here you can see it from the east side. I'm just going to show you some pictures because I'm really proud of what we established. Here you can see our wind turbines, which are actually fabricated in Rotterdam. You can see a smart rain device here. We have public art on a rooftop, and we have different patios. You could see here that there's a stairs going down. There are 3 of those areas where you can go down, and this is our biodiversity patio, where we have all stories about biodiversity in the city and in the Netherlands. Or we have also one patio where we tell a story that we've got up from a rooftop catalog that we made with MVRDV and with all nice examples of things in the world. And actually all the people that came really are reading the stories and thinking about rooftops. And we have 8,000 people a day visiting the rooftops, and a lot of time slots are already sold out, but every morning we do the last 2,000 tickets. So we have a lot of last time visitors who just enter the city, and in the end of the day, everything is sold out. So we're really happy with the big enthusiasm which the people from Rotterdam and the Netherlands and abroad are visiting our rooftop walk. Here you can see some public art. Here you can see the parkour from the north side. There's another bridge between this department store and the parking garage, which is on the other side. And on the parking garage, we made a little food forest with a kind of reproduction of houses standing there, so that it would be a tiny village, which looks like this. And this is how the parking lot looks like. And there's actually one car standing there, but it's a car that buries a tree. So it is, okay, what do you want to have on this parking lot, a car or a tree? Another really nice thing is this platform, which is a viewpoint on, this is also our shopping street, and it is a really gray area. And we had made a really big painting on it by a Dutch artist, which has a representation of a more lively, colorful and green rooftop. And it's lying like this in the city. Here you can see the whole park where people are coming down via a hanging walk down to the main shopping street. So we go from this shopping area over here, over the bridge, this whole parkour with the exhibition and the patios, to the parking lot, the viewpoint, the tiny house village, and so back to the street level. And people do approximately 1 hour of walking. This is one of the last pictures in the sun made only this weekend. And this is what people see in the streets if they don't walk the bridge themselves. And if you want to see it, if you type live stream Rotterdam rooftop walk, you can see every day people walking on the bridge and seeing how crowded it is and people actually use it. Thank you for your attention. I hope it was inspiring for you, and I wish good luck for the next speaker. Thank you. This was Leon from Rotterdam.